Oi. I think we're live. So, give me 1 second. Okay, next. Okay, I'm actually not sure if we're live or not. Restream is not really giving me any feedback. Oh, there we are. Okay, we are actually live. But I think we're under a different channel video. So let's give it a few moments. As you can tell, I'm not very used to doing these live streams very often. It's been a while since I've done the last Nmaker live stream. My hair has grown a lot since then, I think, and we have a lot of cool things and updates that we're working on. Unfortunately, I kind of messed up the scheduling of the live stream because I use Restream and it wasn't scheduled in Restream, but instead in YouTube, and then I couldn't like use the YouTube scheduled thing and had to set up a new one and so on. But honestly, it doesn't really matter. I think we're here now. So let's hope that people actually find this, and I'm going to quickly tweet about it as well. So it's out there. Perfect. Okay. Wonderful. Yeah, so a lot of exciting things are going on. Tonight we have the first real NFT drop from Nmaker. Tomorrow we have the start of our SPO, and then in the next few days we have a ton of more announcements. I'm actually very excited. I think January has been probably the most productive month in a while, even though it hasn't even finished yet. I want to start this a little bit by talking about different things that have been happening in this in our ecosystem. Please, by the way, if you notice any issues with my sound or anything like that, just let me know. So just write in the chat if everything is okay or not. But should be working. Anyways, so I feel super awkward just talking to a camera, so I'm gonna share my screen quickly. I hope this works as expected. Yes, it does. Cool. Okay, where should we start? I think just to start this before actually going into the I want to talk about Nmaker in general and what we're up to in 2023 and what the big goals are for us this year. And honestly, one of the biggest goals for us is to really provide more clarity and focus on the core things that Nmaker does, right? So we do white label NFT minting, and we're going to expand that to white label secondary markets as well. And we are trying to focus our brand and our social media efforts and marketing efforts really to convey this kind of meaning that, look, this is the core of our business. This is what we do: white label NFT minting, white label NFT marketplaces, and that's it. Because in the past, I feel like a lot of times people haven't really been able to actually say what we were doing, right? So it was a little bit difficult for them to figure out, okay, Nmaker is doing so many different things. Is Nmaker an agency? Is it a platform? Like, what is it? So the first thing that we did recently is we reworked this landing page of ours. So nmaker.io looks very different now. It's not 100% finished yet, unfortunately. So there's still a header missing, but the overall gist is right. And we really said, okay, look, when people come to our website, they need to figure out, like, what is Nmaker immediately. Like, they need to understand what is Nmaker, and this is what we do, right? We do white label NFT minting, we do white label NFT marketplaces. It's also, I spend a lot of time just SEO optimizing this, so it's very easily indexable by a search engine, and we get ranked pretty highly when you search for white label NFT minting. And And I think that really captures our plans for this year. Like, we want to focus on the core of what we can do, and just make that as good as possible. Like, Nmaker should be the best minting platform across all the chains. That's the goal. There's no question about that, and we're really pushing that to the limits at the moment. Just like refactoring everything, rebuilding Nmaker Studio, the front end a little bit, making so many changes that just will improve the overall quality of life of every single user. So we're quite excited for that, and I hope that it, will bear some really good fruits. But let's talk maybe a little bit about the Nmaker token. So the Nmaker token, as you all know, is our ecosystem token. So the idea is really that we, provide an incentive for people that use our products to actually stay with them and be part of the Nmaker ecosystem and use those products even more. And we want to combine everything that we do in like one big token and one big community and ecosystem. That's why we released the token last year. We have a very, very long white paper about it. So you've probably seen this. It's like, I don't even know how many pages this is. It's like 78 pages, including the references. And back then, when we actually released this, Nmaker was still called NFT Maker, right? And then we rebranded to Nmaker to make it a little bit easier for people to understand, like, what we are. And yeah, and we had a lot of different plans in this white paper. We have completed a lot of them, but we haven't done all of them yet. And we will we are shifting away our focus a little bit, like a good startup sometimes does, from some of the things in the white paper to other things which make more sense, especially on the product side. Like, for us, it's pretty clear that we do not want to be a marketplace, not in the traditional sense. At least we don't want to compete with JPEG Store. We don't want to build the next collectibles marketplace. We want to be mainly an infrastructure provider, and we want to enable other people, other businesses, other creators to build on our technology and like bring Cardano to the masses. And that's really like the core of what we do, and that's what we focus on. So again, focus. Another thing that's quite important is actually that in this white paper, actually, let me go back to this. In this white paper, we of course have tokenomics. And where are they? They're pretty at the end. Here we go. So these are the Nmaker tokenomics. So we distributed a lot of Nmaker tokens. We distributed a lot of them here in the pre-sale ICO and in the public IDO. And then we had our little airdrop where we already distributed some of these, like 1.2%, but we didn't do all of them yet because we have a free phase airdrop, and more information about that will follow soon. But at the moment, I think we distributed like 300 million or so roughly like 0.3% of all the tokens that were allocated for the airdrop. And then, as you can see, we also have this NFT Maker or Nmaker stake pool allocation of 4.8%. So these are 480 million tokens, which we allocate to people that are delegating to the Nmaker stake pool. We never really started this SPO stake pool offering last year. And we had a stake pool running with a 10% margin, and it was a pretty nice stake pool that gave us some benefits, like, for example, cheaper minting fees if you delegate to it for each NFT that was minted for Nmaker. And now, we saw, okay, it's finally time to start this SPO in the new year. So we are pulling the trigger on this and are starting this SPO officially tomorrow. So tomorrow, the next epoch will start at like, what time is it? Like 10 p.m. UTC approximately. And then we will go over to the next epoch, and then we will start the SPO. So we will just start distributing Nmaker tokens for every single person that delegates to the Nmaker stake pool. And to explain that a little bit more in detail, what I've done is I've written this extremely long announcement, which is actually a lot longer than I intended it to be. But essentially, what it explains is like what we want to do with the stake pool. What are the considerations? Because of course there are different stake pool parameters that you can think about, like, for example, the stake pool fee, how much ADA do we as the owners of the pool get? How much ADA do the delegators get? Previously it was 10%. We have now decided to actually up this to 99% because we feel like, okay, if you want to delegate to Nmaker and you want to get some tokens, it just makes sense to up this and increase the amount of tokens, while also making it, of course, financially profitable for us. Like a SPO is very clearly a funding mechanism, and every single ADA that we earn through the SPO, of course, goes back into development of the Nmaker ecosystem and really will benefit everyone holding Nmaker in the long term, simply because our products and tools get better and better. So this is one of the first things that we decided. So we are going to up the stake pool fees to 99%. This is effective tomorrow. And we are going to distribute those 480 million Nmaker tokens in a regular interval, based on the previous month's average ADA Nmaker price, right? So this is one of the other very important changes that we are doing. So basically what we're doing is we're switching away from what we specified in the white paper, where in the white paper we said, okay, look, we're going to drop 0.1% of Nmaker tokens every single, I think it was epoch or maybe month, I'm not sure, probably epoch. And now what we're doing is we're instead saying, look, okay, this doesn't make a lot of sense, because if we do this, if we get a lot of delegation, you will get very little Nmaker. And if we have a little delegation, then you will get a ton of Nmaker and you can crash the price and it all becomes very unstable. So what we've decided to go down a different route, and we will actually say, okay, we want to basically say, look at how much ADA is delegated and then calculate the previous price of Nmaker in the previous month, the average price of the previous month, plus a 15% bonus. So the idea is, if in the previous month you would have delegated 1,000 ADA, and if you hold these, if you just earned ADA for this, you might have earned, like, let's say 50 ADA, for example. And then the question is, okay, how much Nmaker tokens would you be able to purchase for these 50 ADA, right? So that's basically what the calculation is based on. And then we add this 15% premium on top. So the idea is, if ADA rises over time, which of course I hope is your goal as a delegator to the Nmaker stake pool, you will get more ADA for the price for delegating than you would have gotten if you just took the money that you get for staking on the Nmaker pool, if the fee was at 0%, and just put it into Nmaker, right? So that is really the idea. And then if the price rises, this becomes an extremely attractive model for every single delegator on the pool. Exactly. Of course, it's very important that if people delegate to the stake pool, that they don't crash the price immediately. So it shouldn't be like they can say, okay, I want to cash out right after I get the money, or after I get the Nmaker tokens, and crash the price, because then the whole model doesn't work anymore, because then the price goes down, and essentially it becomes not super attractive to delegate on the stake pool. Anyways, of course, the Nmaker token is a utility token, so it's really not about the price, but it's more about the utility, and I have some very exciting things to announce there too. We can talk about that in a second, but essentially, the question is, like, how much Nmaker worth of utility do you get for your ADA, basically, that you delegate. And what we have decided, before we jump into the utility as well, what we have decided is that we will be combining this with a 10K NFT drop. And I know my screen is probably very small here. Why is no one saying anything? So this is pretty small, but we will combine this with an NFT drop, and we will use those NFTs to increase the I hope we're live, actually. Victor, I think, didn't really catch that we're live. And we are going to use the 10K drop to basically offer utility to those NFTs and make it a little bit more gamified, so that it's not 100% certain how much Nmaker you actually receive, but you can actually put a multiplier on top of the tokens that you would receive with the delegation, right? And I'm gonna explain this in more details in a second. Let me just check if we're actually live again. People are still waiting, I think, in the other room. Okay, I'm gonna send everyone into the other room because there are still 20 people waiting, and I think they're waiting because I started a different stream because it wasn't set up with Restream, but instead was set up in a different tool. Very sorry for this. Anyways, let's get back to topic and then quickly jump into the AMA afterwards. I've been talking a lot about a lot of different things, and they're all quite mathematical. So I want to break it down a little bit for you. So essentially, what you will be able to do. Let's start with the ISPO, right? Let's go quickly to Sexplorer. So if we take a look at the Nmaker pool here, this is the Nmaker pool. And the Nmaker pool, as you can see, currently has a delegation of around 5.6 million ADA, and it has an active stake, active pledge of 1 million ADA. So we're putting a lot of pledge into this pool. And here, one thing which should be interesting for you is essentially that we have proposed the change from 10% to 99% fees already earlier last week. So exactly 2 epochs ago. It also always takes 2 epochs for changes like these to affect the Cardano blockchain and take it you basically start, right? And this is going to start tomorrow with the new epoch. So tomorrow at, as I mentioned, 10 p.m. UTC, it will switch over, and then the fees of 99% will start to take effect. Once this starts, we also officially begin with the Nmaker ISPO, or SPO rather. So once this starts, instead of receiving ADA for your delegation, you will receive Nmaker. And just to recap quickly, because I know that a few people have jumped over now, just to recap this quickly, the amount of Nmaker tokens that you will receive is dependent basically on the price of Nmaker of the previous month. So in the previous month, if the Nmaker price was 0.1 ADA, for example, per Nmaker token, we take that price, we calculate how much Nmaker tokens you would have been able to purchase with just the ADA rewards that you get from your stake pool, and we add a premium on top, where this premium is always 15%. And then we actually add another premium on top for the NFTs which we are selling. And the NFTs we will talk about now are those very beautiful Nmaker Seaplane NFTs. So our very talented graphic designer in-house made those amazing Seaplane NFTs. There are 10,000 unique Seaplane NFTs. They all look different, and they have unique utility in the Nmaker scene. So essentially what they will offer is, of course, this multiplier that I talked about, and they will also offer some other utility, which we're going to talk about in a second, in the Nmaker ecosystem. And I think it's going to be quite an exciting tool. So we will use it for a lot of different like whitelists in the future, but also other things. But essentially the main core utility for them will be in the beginning the multiplier. So basically, we have a multiplier for each NFT. This multiplier is quite low, but it's reasonable, and it basically multiplies your delegation by 0.1%. If you stack those multipliers up, you can get pretty high pretty quickly. So if you have 10 NFTs, for example, you will get to 1%. If you have 100 NFTs, you will get to 10%, and so on. So basically, this multiplier is stackable, and you can have as many NFTs as possible, or as you want, right? Every single person that's delegating to the Nmaker stake pool, or has delegated to the Nmaker stake pool in 2022, will receive such an NFT airdrop for free later today. I will do that manually and personally. If you, for some reason, don't receive your NFT, just reach out to support, and we'll make sure that you are getting your NFT after all. So don't worry about that. Anyways, so I think I summarized some of the things here already. This page is live already. You can check it out if you want. There are still some changes which I will deploy in a bit after the live stream. And then we officially go live with the sale in 34 minutes. But you can, go to the page now already if you want to check it out and click on this link, but it won't work for you, I hope. Yes, exactly. It won't work because I disabled all the prices, so it's not going to let you purchase any before the actual sale starts. Okay, so what's going to happen next on the token side is that we are going to start this today, and then we will announce further utility in much detail tomorrow for the token. So we have thought very long and hard about, okay, what can we actually do with the token? What can we do with the utility of the token? How can we actually make this attractive for people, right? Because in the past we had some utility already, but it wasn't enough, and we really want to deliver on having a good and useful token for the community. So we have worked out a what do you call it, a method to provide this utility, and that's something I want to share with you now quickly, and then we will do a formal announcement tomorrow with another blog post. But everyone who's here tonight can already get a glimpse into what we will be announcing. So exclusive preview, basically. So what we will be introducing for the Nmaker token is we are going to introduce a token dashboard first and foremost. So we are going to introduce this Nmaker token dashboard. This will be a website where you can go to, and then you can basically immediately see how many Nmaker tokens you're eligible for delegating to the Nmaker stake pool. You will have an overview over how many NFT and Nmaker tokens you hold, how many Nmaker tokens you are eligible for basically just using the Nmaker ecosystem. So for every single NFT that you mint with Nmaker, you will get some tokens, and you will just in general see like an overview over the utility that you have. And inside this Nmaker dashboard, we will have this new functionality, which we call the lock function, right? So the idea is basically that you go there and you say, okay, I want to take my Nmaker tokens and I want to lock them into a smart contract, and I want to keep them in the smart contract for at least 3, 6, 9, or 12 months, right? And if you lock this in the smart contract, you will receive not only some more Nmaker tokens while they are locked. So this will be attractive. It will essentially be like a staking mechanism. But the interesting part is that you also receive a software as a service SaaS access NFT. So basically, you will receive an NFT which is viable for the certain amount of time that you spend, that you locked your tokens inside the smart contract, and you can use those tokens to access features in the Nmaker ecosystem. So we have worked on a few features. For example, one of them I can tease. It's a whitelist builder tool similar to Premint on Ethereum, and you can only access them if you own this software as a service access NFT. And we believe this is a really cool system because, one, you as a token holder basically take some of the token supply off the market. And two, by taking this off the market, you actually get utility that you can use, and where you can say, okay, I want to connect my wallet with this website instead of just purchasing, a build subscription or something like that, like in a regular software as a service model. You get an NFT for that, and then if you don't need it anymore, you can simply resell the NFT, and it will have, like, for example, 2 months left or something like that. So it's a subscription model as an NFT. And this is quite exciting because with this NFT, of course, as I mentioned, you will get access to exclusive features and tools in Nmaker Studio and in many other parts of our ecosystem. And we will explain more about that soon. And also tomorrow in the blog post, I will write a few examples in there. And of course, with this token, with this NFT, you also get reduced fees for each purchase with the Nmaker with Nmaker. So for every NFT that you mint with Nmaker, you will simply get some reduced fees. And we will finally start putting our Nmaker governance portal more into effect, and we will start doing regular votes about certain things. Also in terms when it comes to the marketplace. So if you've been looking closely at the nmaker.io website, I touched upon this earlier today, right? You will see, okay, white label NFT marketplace, launch your own NFT marketplace coming soon. Soon is actually very soon, so keep an eye out for that. And there will be functionality for voting for this marketplace. So still a lot of information here. Where's the image? Here's the image. A lot of information here, but essentially, let me try to summarize it. We have a new Nmaker token dashboard coming. This will be the central point for everything that has to do with the Nmaker token. In this Nmaker token, we have a new function called the lock function. This lock function will be a smart contract where you can basically stake your Nmaker tokens for multiple months, and you cannot retrieve them in that time. And then for staking them, you will receive an NFT, and this NFT gives you basically access for a certain amount of staking time to certain features in the Nmaker ecosystem. Plus, it will give you reduced fees on each NFT purchase with Nmaker, and it will give you voting rights based on the amount of Nmaker tokens that you are locking in our voting governance portal, which I might show here again, which we will be using more and more, and which we've built together with SundaeSwap. So this basically is our governance portal, and you will be able to see proposals here, vote for them, and so on. So governance really, starting to take effect. Okay, so far so good. I see there are a few questions coming in. Please just let me know. Let's try to go over the questions quickly. So, user question. In the part 1 of the blog, it mentions token emissions so that it minimizes the price effect. Can Patrick expand on that? I feel like this SPO will add quite a good amount of tokens. Yes, that's a very good question, actually. So before I say anything, the main thing, of course, is that the Nmaker token is a utility token. So this is not supposed to be financial investment, but it's supposed to offer utility in the Nmaker ecosystem. That being said, of course, we want to do it in a very fair way, and we want to say, okay, look, you as purchaser of those tokens don't get affected too much. So we have tried to balance basically what we are saying in the white paper and with the Nmaker tokens that we are pushing out there, plus increasing the stability of the token. So what we are doing is basically we are introducing a 3-month vesting period. Once you delegate to the Nmaker stake pool, you will first of all have a minimum of 1 month staking. After this 1 month staking, you will get a certain amount of Nmaker tokens, but you won't get them immediately. But you will basically just know that you are now eligible for those, and you will enter this 3-month vesting period. And after the 3-month vesting period, then you can start to cash out those tokens and actually just get them into your Nmaker wallet. And then you will, not Nmaker wallet, of course, Cardano wallet, sorry. And then you will be able to use them. And what we're doing on top of that, as I mentioned, is we are increasing the utility a lot for the Nmaker tokens with this locking mechanism, where essentially you just get access to the functionalities here, which we are mentioning on the right-hand side, if you lock your tokens for a certain amount of time. So this will also decrease the amount of tokens on the market. Okay. Other question. Oh, I can actually show those questions here on screen. That's amazing. Restream is really cool if you set it up correctly. User question. Clarify to the public. Does delegating until this epoch's end actually count already for the SPO? No, it does not count for the SPO. So basically, what happened is we had some people who were delegating to the Nmaker stake pool last year, and they thought that the SPO was already live, but it wasn't. So what we are doing is we are allocating some tokens to those people just out of fairness, because we think, okay, look, we didn't communicate perfectly. they didn't really understand what we were doing. That's totally on us. So let's reward those holders, and we will basically give those holders 3 months of rewards using the old model with a 6 months vesting period and a free Nmaker SPO NFT. So that will happen for all delegators of 2022. All delegators of 2023 will get nothing until the SPO officially starts. Okay. Minimum amount of Nmaker tokens to receive the software as a service access token. This is also a very good question. I can't give you an answer right now. We're still doing the calculations for that, but there will be different tiers. So essentially you will be able to say, okay, I want to have the high tier, I want to have the mid tier, I want to have the low tier, and then you can basically get different levels of access based on the amount of tokens that you get. I can't tell you more than that yet. Okay, cool. What else do we have? Let me quickly check. Here was a question. I can't show this on stream, unfortunately, but here was a question on the consistent questions on Discord and Twitter was to define what it means. Oh, one of the consistent questions on Discord and Twitter was to define what it means to be an early delegator. If you delegated in 2022 and changed your delegation before now, are you an early delegator? Yes, you are. If you delegated in 2022, you are an early delegator. What else do we have? Okay, I'm a fan of the use of DITs and the integrations that Nmaker has in plans to implement and technology such. I'm looking forward in 2023. Yeah, I can tell you already, 2023 is going to be an incredible year. We have been a little bit quiet over the past few weeks, I would say, and we have been just building stuff. So if you really follow Nmaker and if you actually like use the tool, you will see that there are a lot of new features, and you will see that we have a very structured approach to releasing software. So what we're doing is often we release stuff and we don't announce it yet, and then we just test it and iterate on it and do like a little bit of a soft launch. And then once we think it's ready for announcement, then we will actually push it out. So for example, if you go to the Nmaker website, oops, that's actually not the correct one. If you go to the Nmaker website, you know quite well what we will be focusing on. So look, white label NFT marketplaces are coming, and they're coming very soon. And if you actually go to Nmaker Pay, you will see that we have this page, this store.nmaker.io, which sometimes gets linked, and it's actually a fully functional secondary market. But it's not what we will be doing. We won't be, competing with JPEG Store, but instead we will be able to white label this in a way. And you can be curious to see like what's coming there. It's definitely very exciting, and I can't wait to show you more. The announcement is coming very soon. Okay, let me go back to the chat here. Okay, also a good question here. Hi, Patrick. If there is some time left, can you tell us something about Nmaker Games and the platform you are building? Yeah, so Nmaker Games is a very interesting topic. What we've built with Nmaker Games in the past is we have built, let me just open this. And I'm resetting this because it's just too large, but I hope you can see this all right, and it's not too small for you. But essentially, Nmaker Games is doing two things, right? So the first thing that we built was this Nmaker Game Launchpad. It looks like this, and it was basically a proof of concept. So the idea was that basically you use NFTs as DRM, so digital rights management, for your game. So instead of going to Steam, what you do is you purchase an NFT, and then you can access the game on whatever website the game is hosted on just by connecting your wallet. And then afterwards you can take that NFT and you can sell it to someone else, right? And you could even take this a step further and introduce royalties, or you could introduce like NFTs where you can save achievements in them and so on. So I think it's a really cool concept. We tried this out, and it's live now. You can actually just try this yourself if you want. You can connect your wallet. I can actually show you this if you want, and then you can try one of the games which we had here, Card Journey, to play it. Of course, I already own it. I'm not going to purchase it here, and it's also sold out, so you would have to buy it on JPEG Store. But essentially, if you own this NFT, you can just play it, and the proof of concept works. But we stopped developing this, so this is just a proof of concept and something which we have pitched to game companies, and they've all been very keen about this idea and loved it. So we might be developing this further in the future, but at the moment we are not. I know that Peter, so our previous, like one of our previous founders, is currently developing a game. So hopefully he will drop the game on the launchpad as well, just to have a second game on there, but nothing more than that. Besides that, what we're doing is we're working on Rogue Galaxies. So Rogue Galaxies is our basically sci-fi roguelike MMO, and you can check this out. It's a very cool project. So we have we're basically building a whole MMO game, and we're building it in different phases, and we have like these amazing little spaceships that we sold as NFTs, and those will be usable inside the game and stuff like that. So I'm not going to talk too much about this. Definitely check out Rogue Galaxies. It's a very nice project, and I'm very proud of the team there. I'm not that much involved, to be honest. It all is in the hands of Eve, Robin, and Ignacio, our three amazing game developers with a lot of experience as well in the like real world gaming. Real world gaming doesn't really sound real. In the real gaming world, so to speak. Okay, next questions. What are Nmaker 2023 goals regarding DIDs? So we, of course, have our partnership with the amazing IMX, and we will be continue working with them on DID integration. And we, of course, have the NFT identity token, which we have released, and the CAP that we wrote for that, and it's usable in Nmaker Studio. It's actually also used by almost all of our collections, so we are also using it for the Seaplane NFTs. To verify who actually made those NFTs, right? So we can connect the social accounts with the actual NFTs, and then we can prove that all they did without having the people or forcing the people to go to the social account, look for the policy ID, and so on. But instead, it's all verified without trust. Yes, so we will continue working on this, and we will continue integrating DIDs in our ecosystem. We're also talking with a lot of partners that are in general interested in like integrating DIDs into their products, but we're not in primarily a DID company or something like that. That's not our business. We just use the tech and partner with companies that actually do this, like IMAX. By the way, I will be updating the Unity Nmaker class soon. A few bugs detected. That's very good. I'm very excited. I haven't tried it out yet, but I am going to try it out because I'm a big Unity fan. And as you can see, Unity is actually always in my what do you call this bar down here, and I always in my free time try to develop a bit in Unity. So I'm very excited for this. I'm probably more excited than you imagine. This is being recorded. Yes, I hope so, at least. I think so. I think every YouTube live stream is being recorded. User question. Charles keeps bringing up this veracity bonds to incentivize higher journalistic integrity. Yeah, this is actually a very good idea, and I have been seeing him talk about that. And it's actually similar to the original token utility that we proposed with Nmaker, and we will, of course, like deliver on this utility at some point. But I haven't really spent a lot of thought on that recently, so I can't give you a clear answer right now. But it's definitely something to look out for. When dark mode is overrated. When liquidity, yeah, I don't know, man. We are actually providing liquidity on multiple dexes. I like to see what happens with a hot NFT project minting 10,000 or more at 5 ADA mint price, 1 per wallet. I would like to see that too. I think there should be more projects with a lower mint price, or actually even projects with just a free mint price. I think you can do a lot of innovative stuff there. No. Seaplane mint, 1 per transaction, 1 per wallet, no. You can mint up to 10 per transaction, and there's no limit on the wallet. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But the goal here is really to provide an NFT with utility, not to just have the most hyped mint. So I don't expect this to sell out tonight. I expect this to sell out over the course of the next few days or weeks, when people actually discover the Nmaker token dashboard and then go there and then see, okay, when I add one of those Seaplane NFTs to my delegation, I will get certain bonuses, and I will get other certain bonuses just in general for holding this token. So that's kind of the goal, not to have the most hype ever NFT drop. That's not how we operate. We try to build things which are good, and we try to be very straightforward about them and not just be there for the hype. Then update on a project regarding sport. Yeah, so we just recently hired a very cool Nmaker agent. Let me go to the blog quickly. So we added Dr. Liu to Nmaker, and she actually has an amazing sports background, and she has been working with a lot of different people in sports and is extremely well connected, and she will spearheading like the whole movement of Nmaker into the sports area. We have a lot of interesting discussions with maybe what I can drop is that we're talking with some football clubs, like really large football clubs in Europe, and we will hopefully doing something with them pretty soon. But at the moment, I can't really say anything else. It's all under NDA. But I'm excited. I think sports is a very good way to actually reach the mainstream. So we are pushing it a lot. Hi, will there be future utility for special NFT for CNFTCon 2022? At the moment, there's no special utility planned. We will see. What is Unity Nmaker? That's a very good question, but essentially what happened is that one of our amazing community members recently published a package for Unity, for the Unity game engine, where you can basically access Nmaker more easily inside Unity. So you can just import this package, you can call some functions from this package, and then you can mint NFTs. So it's really cool and well done. Haven't tried it out yet myself, as I mentioned, but I will very soon, and I think it's amazing. This is exactly what we need, like more packages for more different development environments, so that people have very easy access to Nmaker. Okay. Are you a go-to for mom and pop shops trying NFTs and retail? Yeah, that's what we try to do. We try to onboard the real world. We, of course, love the Cardano community and the NFT community, but our goal is really to build products which can be used by everyone. Like my personal goal is that I want to get my mom to purchase an NFT without her even knowing that it's an NFT. That's where we have to go. That's how we can onboard the masses, and that's really what we're building for. No, I mean football. I don't mean hand egg. Cool. So we're also 10 minutes before the actual sale start of the Nmaker Seaplane NFTs. So I will be leaving now. Thank you all for joining. Please, if you have any more questions, take a look at our latest blog. So we have published, I haven't really talked about this yet, sorry, but we have published this blog post here, the FAQ Nmaker stake pool offering and Seaplane NFTs. And we try to answer all the questions, do calculations and so on in this FAQ. So if you have any questions, take a look at that. And then if anything else is open, just reach out to me or reach out to Phil or Victor or anyone else in the team, and we will gladly help you out. I am trying to do those live streams more often. Today, I'm a little bit zoned out, so I hope I wasn't too confusing in what I tried to explain, but I think live streams are a very good way to just communicate a little bit better with everyone and keep you in the loop. So yeah, hopefully until next time. Thank you.